Hey you all, Carpetbagger here, and it is very, very early here in the south. And I am in Erwin, Tennessee, and I've been in Erwin, Tennessee before. In fact, one of the earliest videos that I did for my YouTube channel was in Erwin, Tennessee, where I talked about Mary the elephant that was hung by her neck and executed here in Erwin, Tennessee. Now, a quick recap of the saga of Mary the elephant. Mary was an elephant in the Sparks Brothers Circus. I believe it was Kingsport, Tennessee, where they were having a show, and before the show they would do a parade through the main street of the town. But during this parade, Mary had a new handler by the name of Red. He was inexperienced, did not know anything about elephants. He struck Mary with a stick during the parade. Mary responded by grabbing him, throwing him, and then she walked over to him, placed her foot on his head, and squished it like a rotten pumpkin in front of a bunch of children, horrifying them. People were terrified. They wanted this elephant, this crazy, murderous elephant, to pay for her crimes. But Mary went on, and she finished her performance at the circus that day. But people demanded that Mary be held accountable. So, the owner of the circus, the following day, he would promote an execution of an elephant. He would sell tickets to Mary's execution. And they tried several methods. I believe they tried shooting her, electrocuting her, but none of these would work. So they brought her over here to Erwin, Tennessee, to the rail yard. And that's where we're at right now. This is the former railroad depot. It is now the public library here in Erwin, Tennessee. And I would use the railroad winch here in Erwin and hang Mary by the neck, hang an elephant by the neck. And the chain actually broke, the elephant dropped, and they had to string her back up and hang her again. It just must have been an absolutely gruesome and horrific sight. And there was one photo taken that day. I'm not going to make it pop up or anything because it's a little disturbing. If you would like to see it, just Google Mary the elephant. You'll find the picture pretty easy. Just be warned, it's a little graphic. But it's a picture of her hanging by her neck from a chain here in Erwin, Tennessee. And last time when I talked about Mary, I asked, where is she buried? And I've gotten some responses, some people sending me some clues and little bits. There's never been confirmation of the exact location, but I believe it is very safe to say that she is buried somewhere in this vicinity. This is the old railroad station. This is where she was hung. And I tried to figure out the exact location of where she was hung, kind of judging from the picture. The picture is very old, so it's over 100 years old, and not very good quality, but I was kind of trying to make out some of the details to see. And the one thing I noticed, if you want to go look up the picture, when Mary's hanging, you can see in the background the mountains are kind of flat. There's like one strip, it's not up and down. And I noticed right here behind the library there does appear to be kind of a flat surface here in the mountains. So I think somewhere along this area over here on this side of the railroad must have been where Mary was hung with the railroad wrench. There's the railroad tracks right there. You can actually see the railroad tracks in the picture. I'm thinking it was right here. And so I'm sure it takes quite a bit to move an elephant. So presumably she was dumped down after she was hung and shoved into a hole that they had made. And I'm thinking it's probably under this concrete. There's probably an elephant's corpse, well, not a corpse, but a skeleton of an elephant right under this concrete somewhere. Now the town has never allowed anyone to excavate. Certainly people have been curious trying to find the exact location of Mary. The town has not let anyone dig. They don't want anything to do with this story. I went to a local history museum, and when I asked, and I'm not kidding here, this is something that happened 100 years ago. When I asked the lady that worked at the local history museum about the elephant, she walked away from me, just without saying a word. It's a sore subject. I know some people have wanted to put a monument to Mary, you know, a monument against animal cruelty, but the town doesn't want it. The town doesn't want anything to remind people about Mary the elephant. They don't want to be the town that murdered an elephant. And they're not the only town that murdered an elephant. If you actually like look up, there's this a long tradition, a long American tradition of murdering elephants in the it's the Miami County Museum in Peru, Indiana. They have the skull of an elephant that was executed by gunshots. I think, what was it, one of Edison's first video was a elephant being electrocuted to death. So yeah, a tale as old as time. An elephant crushes its trainer's head like a pumpkin and gets executed. Horrible, horrible stuff. Little adorable town does not want anything to do with this. But I ask you, Erwin, do me one favor. Dig up this parking lot and let's find that elephant skeleton. Mary deserves a proper burial. I think we should give her to that. And so, as I come to my end here, as I do not think I'm gonna be able to dig today, I wanted to do something a little special for Mary in memory of Mary the elephant. I was going to empty out some peanuts in memory of Mary. Appreciate you guys watching. Please like, subscribe, share. If you'd like to send me a few dollars on Patreon, I'd be happy to send you postcards while I'm on my road trips. I also sell t-shirts, and those links are down below. Appreciate it.